Well, Lou, Rematch Mania Backwash is over. Were you able to get the bad taste out of your mouth?
No, man. I didn't even get a point. Welcome to TFS Pod, always on the Love You Show podcast. This is 24/7 Lou, and that's
Ricard, unironically, getting a drink of water.
And that's
the one-man band, and I guess we lost the sponsorship to Listerine.
Yes, folks. Let me tell you something from the highest.
Yeah, now it's Colgate Total.
All right,
folks. Let me tell you something from the highest mountain to the lowest valley and everywhere in between. We are the beasts of the East, the best in the West. You are listening to TFS Pod. In this episode, we will be talking about Repeat Mania Backwash. Yes, I'm going to call it that. Rematch Mania, Repeat Mania, however you want to go with it. I'm sick and tired of it. Rematches and me losing. But before we get to that, the one-man band, give us that line that everybody loves.
Ricard, get the scoreboard.
All right. I had my fun 24 hours where I was second place, uncontested, but well, here comes the scoreboard. Lou, still in the lead, 8 points.
Yeah.
Unchanged, but the people below you are getting much and much closer.
Whoa, I don't like that.
Because now, second place is once again a little bit more crowded because it is between myself and J Few at 5 points.
Gosh, 3 points away.
And then, now in an undisputed third, is the one-man band at 4 points.
All right.
But he's got two folks really hot on his tail because it is the randomizer who has been at 2 points for a while. But now, with a second point in a row, we might have the beginnings of a streak going on here. It's main event Jeff. 2 points.
Wow.
Tied with the randomizer.
Wow.
All right then.
Yeah.
All right then.
Yeah. Who has overtaken pretty much a longer tenured member in Big Al, who has 1 point. And he's definitely overtaken everyone else who is at 0.
Including Bogey.
There we go.
I had to throw a little bit of suspense.
I know. I was like, is he going to say the line or am I going to have to say it? That's the scoreboard, Lou. Back to you.
All right, here we are. Okay, so WrestleMania Backlash. Let me say it right. I'm not joking. I'm going to stop joking around with that. WrestleMania Backlash, very good pay-per-view. But what a way to start it. What a way to start the show. What was that first match we had there, Ricard?
It was a rematch between Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes. And I want to say, thank goodness this match ended the way it did. Because, well, there's certain people that are probably not happy that it ended that way because it prevented them from getting a perfect score.
Oh yeah.
No, forget that, Lou. It would have given main event Jeff and J Few 2 points of a perfect score.
Oh.
And it would have been J Few's second perfect score.
Oh man.
Oh boy.
Oh no. Whoa.
Because they got everything else right except for this. But I gotta say it was as I expected. I was predicting it. Cody Rhodes versus Seth Rollins would be a match of the night. I still think the WrestleMania match was better, but I think they had a very good psychology to it. I like the opening bout, the opening parts of it where Seth was kind of like shrugging off a lot of Cody's offense. He had planned counters for certain moves. The drop uppercut where Cody like falls onto his back and then uppercuts him. The move Goldust does.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Seth Rollins caught the punch the disaster kick where he just catches him on the apron or on the rope and pushes him to the outside. All that stuff. I was like, look at Seth. He has a counter for everything. But in the end, Cody got the win, which is all I needed. No 50-50 booking. I like that. I like that a lot.
Well,
even though he got it.
How do you get that win? Come on, he was holding the tights.
He was holding the tights, but Rollins was trying to do the same thing.
Yeah, but we expect that from a heel.
Well, here's the thing: it's not been completely established yet as to what Cody is, if he's going to be a face or a heel. I mean, he's still fairly new in this run, so maybe, who knows? Maybe this is the start of his descent to like maybe tweener status, and then maybe full blown heel. Who knows?
I don't know.
Maybe he's doing the same thing that he did in AEW, where he's supposed to be a face, but he's going to get people booing him.
Yeah, who knows?
Well, yeah. It was a lot of very close twos, but yeah, at the end, after Seth held tights, Cody got out of it. And then Cody held his tight, I'm saying it all messed up. Seth's tights. So yeah,
you're getting all tongue tied.
See, you too.
Now it's getting to me.
Speak for yourself.
I passed it on to you.
That was not planned.
So Cody Rhodes gets a win in this one. I thought they were going to continue this in a Hell in a Cell match or something, but no. Cody gets the win, and I guess one of you said, "Yeah, why would you give Cody a loss by now? You know, on already his second match or second pay-per-view match."
Well, I was watching it with a friend, and I there was a point in the match where I just said, "Okay, that's it. Yeah, there's no way Cody's losing, unless Vince really wants to stick it to AEW." And it's specifically a point where Rollins had Rhodes on the ground, and it was kind of just like not. It's kicking, but it's like lightly. You know when they kind of put the like their shoe against the person's face, and then like just do a slight push against it, and they're just like, yeah, it's not a kick, it's kind of just a nudge with their shoe, the bottom of the shoe on the face, and he just goes, yeah, Rhodes, you're not even fit enough to. I told you weren't good. You're not fit to lace my boots, and I'm just telling myself, yeah, like there's no way Rollins is winning. It's just, yeah, you're not fit to lace my boots, and then I beat him. It's just like, yeah, take that AEW. Like, unless Vince is really out to get AEW, I think we're gonna have Rhodes pull out an upset here.
Yeah. Cody Rhodes wins. Then we go to the next match, which was...
By the way, second longest match of the night.
Really?
And barely anything, because the 6-man tag match that happened at the end of the night only went above it by about a minute and 35 seconds. A minute and 35 seconds. That was it. Yeah. That was the difference.
And I don't know. To me, if I were to rate it, I think that was the better match of the whole night.
Yeah, I would agree with that 100%.
So,
match of the night, opening match was the match of the night, I'd say.
So, let's go on to the next one, which was Omos versus One Man Band. If you would do the honors, please.
Bobby Lashley.
There we go. Or as I like to write it, B-O-B-I, or no, E-E. Bob E.
Bob E.
Look, we were all doing Leo Rush impressions on Saturday, or Sunday rather.
Yeah.
One Man Band was not available, so we were just having fun with that.
So yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you guys? What do you think of this match?
Yeah, I think the Hurt Lock stuff was kind of weird. So what gets me is that when people get put in the Hurt Lock and then they're not breaking out of it, but they push themselves to the corner, where essentially their arms could reach the ropes, or their legs or their foot could go under the bottom rope, which should force a break. They do that spot, and they did that spot in this match where I'm just like, yeah, why isn't the ref breaking the hold or forcing a break or starting a 5 count to break the holds? Because Lashley's supposed to let go. Instead, it's no. He forced himself out of the hold. I'm just like it didn't matter if he forced himself out of the hold. Lashley was supposed to break the hold. He's in the ropes. He's in the corner. Even if his arms aren't physically grabbing onto the ropes, if you got your foot under the bottom rope, you're supposed to break the hold.
Mm-hmm.
None of that. The ref just waits for Omos to break the hold, and I'm just like, what is this? I think this is a good sign for main event Jeff in more ways than one. He might be getting $5 from me if Omos's luck continues, because he got the win over a former WWE champion
with the help of MVP.
With the help of MVP, yes, he's got one weakness covered. My other weakness that I pointed out was one, Omos doesn't really seem to be able to. His promo work needs help, so MVP could cover up for that. But nothing's going to make up for the fact that I've yet to see Omos really take a finisher in like convincing fashion, not be awkward. So you're gonna have, it's gonna be a while before you sell me on that. Right. But this was only 10 seconds longer than the shortest match of the night.
And I do agree with you. Yeah, still Omos needs more work. I don't know. I don't know what else to say, but I guess put him in more matches, different people. Let's see what else we get out of him.
Hey, ultimately he got a pretty dominant win over Bobby Lashley. Yeah, there's nothing to scoff at though.
Mm-hmm. And then now we go to the next matchup, which was AJ Styles versus Edge. And someone's made a prediction of who might come out in this one, and I am also a little bit upset at myself because I said one thing and I went another way.
You're upset.
I swerved myself.
You're upset?
I swerved myself.
Lou, you're upset?
Yes.
No, I'm upset because that was bullshit. That was bullshit. I'm going to say it right now. What was the stipulation? Damian Priest is banned from ringside.
Yes. Go ahead.
And Damian Priest at the end of the match comes out. He's on the rampway and he does that stupid thing. He's on the ramp and he does a little line in front of him. He's like, oh no, I haven't crossed the threshold into the ringside area. And I'm just like, what the fuck kind of bullshit is this?
I'm seeing
Not only does he get pushed into the ringside area by Finn Balor, who comes out because he's distracting AJ Styles, Damian Priest runs into the ring to get away from Finn Balor. I'm just like, why is the ref, Jessica Carr, not calling for the bell and saying, hey, this is a disqualification? No, she's like, hey, guys, stop fighting, this and that. I'm like, he's at ringside. Edge is disqualified. What is this? That's got to be the biggest bullshit ever. I could have won the night. WWE would enforce their own fucking rules. So don't tell me you're upset. Oh, God.
Dang.
Now, you see, this reminds me.
And worst of all, Edge continues to be undefeated for the year of 2022.
Oh, yeah.
Seriously, man. That's the big thing. My God. Like, why?
This makes me want to create a commercial, which will go something like this. Are you a wrestler in a match and gets distracted when someone else walks out that's not in the ring? Do you have that problem? Do you lose all concentration and focus against your opponent because someone has walked out onto the ramp or is near the ring? Please call me. Please call me at 1-800-555-DISTRACTED. That makes no sense. But yes, it's distracted. 1-800-555-DISTRACTED. Because you have a problem of getting distracted when someone walks out from the back and distracts you from your focus of your opponent in front of you.
Sometimes all it takes is just the engine music.
Go see a doctor.
No one
Do you hear music of other opponents and get distracted in your match? Please call me at 1-800-555-DISTRACTED. That's the commercial that I have in mind for all these things. Because I'm sick and tired of it, of people getting distracted, professionals in there, by someone's music, someone popping out. What just happened? I was about to win. Get out of here with that crap. So I see what you're saying, Rickard. And
it's not even about the distraction. the stipulation literally says Damian Priest is banned from ringside.
That would have been disqualification for Edge right there. That's it. Match over. Hit the bell.
Yes.
Don't talk to him.
100%.
Don't talk. Don't go talk to him.
Should have been a disqualification.
Hey, Priest, come out. Leave. No. Ding, ding. Hit the bell. Distraction. He's out. But we had a third member up here.
Yeah.
And I called it. Because I threw out names like crazy.
Yeah, I think Jeff also called it too. Jeff definitely called it.
One of the names
I'm not upset with this. I think it's good. I think it's good for Rhea Ripley.
Rhea Ripley,
she's the one. Yeah, she came out. She was wearing the hood, had her face covered, but they did the reveal. And I heard an interesting guess as to where this is going. It's a intergender six person Hell in a Cell tag match that I heard, which would probably be a first. I'm curious to see how that goes, because Hell in a Cell is supposed to be no rules. So if you're doing intergender stuff, we could easily see Damian Priest try to take down Liv Morgan in the Hell in a Cell match and do some kind of spot if you're not careful on how you book that. But yeah, I heard this is probably going to lead to an intergender Hell in a Cell match. Maybe. Don't quote me on that, but that would be interesting to see.
Ooh.
We'll see what happens.
Also, I want to give a big shout out to that guy who had that sign that said "Live for Raw Women's Champion." Big shout out. I agree with you.
100. Yeah. I think subtly they're hinting that Liv Morgan's going to be the next inspirational champion, women's champion somewhere down the line.
I'm inspired.
Yeah, I agree.
Anyway,
well, all right, you're hinting at something else. I actually do like her work as a late, but yeah.
No. She's due for another push, or like a real push.
But it's going to be tough because of what happened in this next match coming up.
And that's where we're going right into that one.
Wow, though the mighty have fallen, they have been replaced by probably a very intimidating competitor that it's going to be very difficult. We'll see how they drop the championship.
So how many times has Charlotte Flair, by the next match we're talking about is Charlotte Flair versus Ronda Rousey in an I Quit match. And how many times has Charlotte Flair been champion already so far?
At least 14.
Oh, okay.
Well, you see, the differentiation they're going to use is how many times he's been SmackDown Women's Champion and how many times he's been Raw Women's Champion.
Oh.
Let's see. Give me 1 second. Let's see. Real quick. We'll find out here real quick because we gotta know.
Yeah.
So championships and accomplishment. She's a one-time Divas champion and the final Divas champion, by the way. She is a 6-time Raw Women's Champion and a 6-time SmackDown Women's Champion. So,
all right.
But going by that alone, she's a 13-time champion, so I was close. And, well, we're not going to count NXT, I guess, right? So
yeah, she's got 2 times as NXT Women's Champion, if you count that.
So technically, on that accord, she's held it 15 times in different, Wow.
She's a 15-time loser.
15-time loser. Yeah.
That's where we're at.
Not to mention, she's won the tag team titles too.
I'm gonna make a prediction here. Probably not. It's not gonna be for this year. It may not be for next year, but I'm gonna make this prediction. Charlotte Flair's probably gonna be the first female competitor to win two Royal Rumble matches.
Yeah, I believe that.
Because she's already got the 2021, and I could easily see her just going, yeah, I'm going to win a second one.
Yeah.
Just to one-up my dad. That's cute. You won it in 1992?
That's cute.
I did it twice.
Now, Ricard, in this match, what I enjoyed was how there was a battle between Ronda Rousey and Charlotte Flair.
Oh, I just enjoyed the arms race. No, forget that. I enjoyed the arms race. The match started in some way with Charlotte Flair getting a kendo, or Ronda Rousey getting the kendo stick, and then Charlotte Flair ran out, and she came out with 2 kendo sticks.
Oh, yeah.
And then there was another point, where Ronda had the candlestick, and then Charlotte grabbed the chair, and I'm just like, she's just one-upping her on everything.
And I just want to say, I like that ending with the no contest, and how the match ended with that no contest, nobody won.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, wow.
Sure.
I had to mention it because I have all this paint here, and I'm looking at it while I'm recording this recap. It was very bold. I do like the bold.
The whole wall had to be set aside for that prediction.
Yeah. Hey, it is what it is. Hey.
No, you know what?
I know where he's coming from.
I appreciate it.
I appreciate it too. Because it was bold, and there were parts of me that kept thinking. I especially got nervous when I saw that wasn't the main event.
Oh yeah.
Because when I saw that wasn't the main event, I said, "Oh gosh, now they can afford to make you get upset and then just have you forget about it by doing other matches later on in the night."
Right.
All I'm going to say is
it would have made sense.
I enjoy those predictions because not in this. Unfortunately, I don't enjoy it didn't happen, but I enjoy it because you make it much more fun by those bold predictions of what can happen. And I was watching that stuff and I'm like, oh my god, it might happen. Oh no, it might happen. And again, I know some of Rick Hard's predictions, but those bold ones, I love them because you make them. You add. You're like the Tabasco sauce to that match. You made it exciting to watch that stuff. You made it spicier. Yeah, Tabasco, a new sponsor.
Yeah, he does.
Anyway,
he does. No,
but you make it much more exciting to watch these matches with the predictions. And I remember last year, Rick Hard was giving us. Sorry about that. Rick Hard was giving us a bigger story too with matches and how they would end up and feuds and all that. And I'm looking.
Oh yeah,
this might happen.
I'd fantasy book him. I'd be like, yeah, Shinsuke Nakamura, Money in the Bank winner. Nope.
Yeah,
but I'd be coming up with interesting stuff. I'd be like, maybe Cesaro's due for an Elimination Chamber win, and then 24/7 Lou would be like, you know what, I like your idea better, but I'm gonna stick with Daniel Bryan money, and then he just gives it to he just lets him win it instead. Oh, you fought hard. You remember that? You remember that one? Yeah. Buddy, you did a good showing. How about you take this one? Even though I just won the match.
That's all right. Just go for it.
No, but again, I enjoy that because I thought something like that could have that was in the realm of possibility. But yeah, now we find out later on afterwards that yes, Charlotte's getting married, so she's getting time off. And we have a new champion now, Ronda Rousey.
I'll say, the reason why I thought OMB's prediction might actually come true, is because I didn't get the feeling of finality from how this match ended. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, even though Charlotte Flair definitely said, I quit, even though Ronda Rousey definitely had her in the position, she was gonna tap out and break her arm, and there was even the point she's like, "Oh, do you quit?" And she's like, "No," and then she goes, "That's what I wanted. That was what I was hoping for, bitch." And she just goes for the armbar with the chair. There was just a part of me like, man, I remember when these matches used to end feuds, but some of the greater ones didn't end with I quit matches or submission matches or stuff like that. They just continued. And I thought to myself, yeah, the next pay-per-view is Hell in a Cell. Ronda Rousey's never been in a Hell in a Cell match. Charlotte Flair versus Ronda Rousey, Hell in a Cell, easily does it. But no, surprise, Charlotte Flair's getting time off, and hopefully distance makes us grow fonder because she was overexposed since she returns.
And then by this point the score was Rick Hard had 3. I had the Roman Band had 2. I had 2. Jay Few had 3 points. The randomizer had 2 points. Big Al had 3 points. And main event Jeff had 3 points. So it was getting very exciting in the predictions battle there, except for me. But that's the score at that point with our battle. And then we had Happy Corbin versus Madcap Moss. What do you guys think about
Shortest
this one?
match of the night. And also, unfortunately, weakest match of the night. I think this was definitely the weakest one.
Okay, folks, raise your hand if you went to the restroom at this time. I'm raising my hand.
No, I won't raise my hands.
I'm raising my hands.
I won't raise my hands. The thing is, at least the MVP interference thing was interesting for the Omos Bobby Lashley match. And there was a story being told there. Madcap Moss didn't even use his finisher. He just, I want to say it was some kind of Hurricanrana pinning combination or roll through. But yeah, he just pretty much did it was like a roll up surprise finisher, and boom, Happy Corbin loses.
I think the real surprise here was that this wasn't in the pre-show.
There was no pre-show.
Exactly.
You know what's funny? There was no pre-show match.
Yeah.
And while I was watching this, I came to this realization, and I want to run this through you guys because I came to this realization. I said to myself, you know who really should join Judgment Day, which is Edge's faction, and get a revamp and return to some of their roots? Not Happy Corbin, Baron Corbin.
Oh,
that'd be cool.
Because the current happy-go-lucky, yeah, I'm rich, I'm better than you guys stuff, it's worn thin. It's worn thin. The about turn from the down on my luck to now I'm just really, really happy and fancy, and I have somebody who used to tell jokes. You lost the joke teller. It's time to get serious again, because this is a former Money in the Bank winner. This is a former U.S. champion. You know, back when it meant a little more.
And he was going head to head with whoever the champion was. He was your main heel.
Yeah, there were points where he was feuding with Roman Reigns consistently. Mm-hmm. You know, and granted that feud got silly a couple times. They brought up dog food at one point.
Yeah,
but
also I want to add one thing too, which I forgot to mention during it started off with Charlotte Flair and Ronda Rousey match. Which on the commentator side, he went to the SmackDown side. So now you have Corey Graves, Pat McAfee, and Cole.
Well, actually, they had Cole and McAfee for the SmackDown matches up until the main event match where they added Corey Graves for a 3-man booth.
That's where you added him.
Because technically Orton and Riddle are Raw folks.
Yeah, I'm sorry. In that match is the next match we want to talk about, which is going to be Drew and McBro. No, sorry. Who is it? RK McBro, which is what Drew was calling it.
RK McBro. That sounds like a McDonald's sandwich.
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was thinking the same exact thing.
So, versus the Bloodline. And I was hoping to see how this was going to be.
Don't remind me of this.
But first, I was saying before about the commentary. I want to see how this is going to go with Corey Graves and McAfee, and it was okay. They were complimenting each other. It wasn't like they're using how they normally do with Byron Saxton, where he's always attacking Byron Saxton. In this case, it was pretty interesting to watch this one because they were all like. There was no heel announcer of some sorts. But they're just color announcers, and they kind of nobody's really trying to be in favor of the heels. Although Corey Graves does lean that way every now and again, where you're just like, wait a minute, what's going on here? But let's get to the match. What did you guys think
in terms of the actual match? I mean, I'm clearly not happy with the result. I think it's very unfortunate that they decided to have the Bloodline win a non-title unification match. Yes. There was no reason that the champs had to walk away with that dominant victory.
After trying to sell us a unification
dominant,
match.
By the way, there was no rules were broken. No rules were broken. That was probably as clean as it gets in terms of 6-man tag matches.
Yeah. But again, it still had me upset as before that it was supposed to be for weeks they had us going on unification match, then inserting Roman Reigns and Drew McIntyre into this thing.
Yeah, where they tore.
I would have rather wanted to see that unification match.
I'm fine with the 6-man tag match because good. Let's add some padding to the numbers of Roman Reigns' title reign. Even though
by the way,
I know this upsets you, Lou. But he's pretty much, his schedule's now that of a part-time champ.
Yes. Oh, don't get. Oh my, you went there. You went there. Another
Hey, I told you.
champion.
He's gonna beat Bruno Sammartino's reign length for probably the Universal title.
Now,
get ready to see Roman Reigns as champ for like 8 more years.
Oh gosh, please no. Now, you know what? I guess it depends on how he's in the movies. If he's going to be, a John Cena, The Rock type.
I gotta hand it to him. I gotta hand it to Reigns, by the way, because there were a lot of moments where he was playing to the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
Reigns has gotten really good at working over a crowd.
Oh yeah, he has.
Do you remember the spot where I think Jimmy tags him in? Right? He says, "Tag me in," and Heyman's like telling him, "No, don't tag in. McIntyre's in the ring. He's challenging him to come in. Reigns walks in, does a walk around McIntyre, and I knew it was coming. I didn't say it in the chat, but I was telling my friend this. I'm like, there's no way he's going to start fighting him. He's going to tag out Jay. Sure enough,
yep.
The crowd's all excited to see it go down. He walks around McIntyre, walks back to his corner, tags out to Jay.
Yeah.
There it is. Everybody in the crowd boos. And I said, there you go. That's how you do it. That's good crowd work.
Now, I want to see if Roman Reigns' movie career is going to be in the style of John Cena and, of course, The Rock, or he's going to go the way of Triple H and, I don't know, Randy Orton, a few roles.
I think it'll be more like Stone Cold Steve Austin in the movies. He'll at most be a supporting character, and the movies where he is the main character will.
Don't worry about making a line movie theater. Is that what you're telling me?
They're gonna be middle of the road movies.
Are you gonna tell me?
I think Austin's biggest claim to fame is between Longest Yard, in terms of movie where that was a big deal, but he wasn't even like. He wasn't the main character or that top of a billing, versus The Condemned, where he is the main character, but it performs modestly.
So are you telling me that I shouldn't worry about making a line at the movie theater and make a line at my streaming service?
I'm saying if you're gonna look at Roman Reigns' movie career, get ready to see a lot of WWE Productions movies.
For real.
Sorry to break your bubble, folks. Just like The Rock in the 2015 Royal Rumble, just because you know him doesn't mean we're gonna all like you all of a sudden when he raises your arm and says, "Yeah, he's the guy." No, don't work that way.
And back to the score. This, by Bloodline winning, that gave the victory to Jay Few and a second point for the main event, Jeff.
Yes,
on his
the
birthday,
main event came down
week.
to me. Yeah, hey, it was my birthday week too, but oh well. So the birthday wrestling gods were smiling on main event more than me, apparently.
So here's some Listerine or Colgate, Ricard, because that was Backlash.
I'm gonna need extra strength. I'm gonna need extra strength grade stuff to get the bad taste out of my mouth.
Medical quality.